One of the most difficult things I've had to do over the last 2 months is ignore what is sitting on a pallet inside this barn. We were right in the middle of working on our pond build, and then I had to get the RV ready for a big vacation, and as much as I wanted to, I just wasn't able to get it out and play with it. And now it feels like I've been waiting 2 months to open a Christmas present that's sitting under the tree. This could be my new favorite thing, and I'm more than likely gonna really need it to finish up the pond build and the front yard project. So let's get this thing out in the driveway, we'll get her unboxed, and hopefully try it out to see how it works. Can't wait.
Dig Drive DIY!
Most folks in the garden and compact tractor world are familiar with the 3-point mounted grader box. It is quite possibly the most popular implement for a compact tractor. They work well for many things like pulling and pushing large piles of dirt and stone, but they aren't the best in my opinion for finish grading. The box can move up and down with the action of the tractor, and a 3-point lever can often be difficult to finesse, which in turn doesn't make it my choice for trying to prep a yard for seeding or put down a nice polish on the top coat of gravel of a driveway. And that's why anyone that is familiar with this channel knows how much I like the pull-type grader box. I've made quite a few videos explaining, demonstrating, and justifying the reasons I like the pull-type box and what it can do. And there was even a period of time where my cousin started manufacturing them, and I tried to sell them on the internet for him. Hello, this is our 5-foot pull-type grader box that we have custom built. These are for sale. This one's actually sold, but we build them one at a time as we get orders for them. He built more than a dozen 5-foot grader boxes, but it was tough keeping up with a full-time job and trying to sell these on the side. They are a huge amount of work to build. So he quit making boxes like the one I have and love, and since then I've had countless people ask me where they can buy one like mine. Plus, I've always wanted to build a second one, the next size bigger, to pull behind my John Deere 755 compact tractor, and I can never seem to find the time. That's where this comes in.
Would you look at that? Wow, that's the tongue. Man, that's good. Oh, you bolt it to the front and the back. Nice. Jeez. Cannot believe I waited this long to open this. Well, if you couldn't already tell, this is a electric actuated pull-type grader box from North Woods Fabrication. You can kind of judge something by the packaging, and it was really intelligent how they bolted the tongue inside the body with fasteners that you're going to need to attach it in place. 1/2-inch fasteners. I'm already impressed by that because, as I said, we built these and tried to ship them out, and one of the biggest challenges was shipping. It's a nightmare, but so far, I haven't even ran it yet, but I am impressed. So with the electric actuator to make the box go up and down, this is designed to be pulled by anything that has a drawbar hitch. So you could pull it behind a side-by-side, a lawnmower that has no hydraulics, an ATV, maybe a golf cart even. But it's not as heavy and robust as a 3-point grader box is built. They're made for two different things. A 3-point grader box is made for bulldozing and pushing and really gouging at dirt. This is made for driveway maintenance and hopefully, if I'm lucky, grading around a sidewalk of your newly built pond. So I've been wanting to build a larger version of my 5-foot pull-type grader box that I use with Bruno for the 755s. And I just haven't had time. I was going to take a 3-point box, put wheels on it, and some kind of cylinder or electric actuator. That way I'd have a wider implement and I'd have a little bit more tractor to pull it if it got clear full. So I'm really excited to see how this does behind the 755, but we will have to hook to the battery. Shouldn't be a big deal. And then you run it. I think this is kind of clever. This is remote controlled. So it's got these little key fobs and you can run it up and down with these key fobs. That's pretty clever. Been a while since Bruno's been out. Here's my 5-footer. Yeah. I gotta hook it to the battery to make it go up and down. Doesn't it look pretty cool? It's like a bigger version of the one I pull behind Bruno. Isn't that awesome? You're making what for lunch?
Tomato soup and grilled cheese.
Ooh, tomato soup and grilled cheese for lunch. My favorite. Thanks. Okay, we gotta try this out. I've had this 755 for a few years now, and it has only really shown up in my snowblower videos because that's all I've used it for. I hate the fact that I have this thing sitting around and don't ever get to use it, so it'd be kind of nice to have the shade. Okay, I see that the little control box has a light on it, so maybe these just work, huh? Try it out. There it goes. It's going up. Going down. All right, I think I'm set all ready to try. I know at first glance it looks like the electric actuator is slow to respond, and I'll tell you, if you're just doing driveway work, a lot of times my hydraulically actuated grater box is too fast. It goes up and down too quickly, and it doesn't let me do those fine adjustments. It's a bit of a compromise. I think the electric actuator works really well when you're top dressing and you're final grading your driveway for stone. For dirt, it may be slow, but it'll still function just fine, especially when you're doing final grading. So we'll see how it works. There might be adjustments we can make, but we don't know until we try. I think it's gonna work great. I've been wanting a bigger box to pull behind one of these, so all right, it's been too long. Let's go. This is a pretty bad spot right here. I'm making really fine adjustments with the remote. So far I'm pretty impressed. For the driveway, it's gonna work perfect because I have these loose stones on top so that I can do this, so I can come back and grade it. What's nice about that big tractor, I had the box clear full of stones and it never even bothered it one bit. So that's a big advantage to be able to pull it with something heavy. But you know what? My dad said that my neighbor needs her driveway graded up. It's got a lot of washboards, so maybe that'd be a good test. We'll take it over there and grade the neighbors. washboarded out. Well, I'm here at my neighbor's driveway, and my dad mentioned that their driveway was getting washboardy from the mail carrier that runs up and down through here. The newspaper person, not the mail carrier. But
David at North Woods Fabrication started out making these little wood stoves and camping stoves for cabins. Then he saw a need for these little grater boxes and has since branched out. He makes a 48-inch, a 60-inch, and a 72-inch. Everything is 100% American made at his shop in Minnesota, and I think his prices are really affordable. The big 6-footer is $1,400, and obviously it's a bit less for the two smaller versions. So I'd have at least that much or more in it if I had tried to build one myself, not to mention my time. So I think it's a good route to go if you want to do something like this with this type of tool. Now for this driveway, I set the scarifiers down just so I could rip up a few of those weeds that were growing up in the center. I'm not going to completely refurbish this driveway today, I don't have the time, but I do want to make a few passes with the rippers and generate some good loose material, bring up a few of those weeds, and then I'll fill in and level out those washboards. This neighbor has the same kind of stone that I do on top, that loose stuff, and after I rough up the weeds a little bit, I lifted up the ripper shanks, and then I just did a final dressing across the top. In about 10 minutes, I was done with what I needed to do, and now the mailman and the paper carrier can get some speed up again while going down the driveway. It was time to head back home and see how long it was going to take me to realize that my microphone rig wasn't plugged into the camera.
boy, I think that's going to work pretty good, but I have a lot of dirt to get moved yet. The backhoe's not home, so I think I'll wait until it is here to move some of this. But that thing's going to work great, along with, I can have two of them going. We'll get something for every member of the family to run. So if you want to check out this pull-type grater box from North Woods Fabrication, make sure to look in the link down below. It's northwoodsfab.com. Like I said, they've got the 48-inch, the 60-inch, and the 72-inch boxes. So it works great on the driveway. I got a lot to do yet around the pond to get this backfilled, and I'll be able to report back on how well it does in the dirt. So I think the cinder blocks on top are going to be nice. There's not enough time in this video to finish the dirt. So I'm going to have to bid you farewell. I want to thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope that you liked it. And if I'm lucky, we'll see you in the next one.